They say the sun shines for everyone, but the night I caught my HOA neighbor secretly draining power from my private solar grid, I learned that some people will steal even the sunlight, and that was just the spark that ignited an 8-hour war. At 2 a.m., my house filled with a sound no engineer ever wants to hear, a surge alarm, screaming like a warning from the future. I threw on a hoodie, grabbed my phone and flashlight, and stormed outside, not prepared for what I was about to see. And there it was, a white Tesla plugged neatly into my private charger, and beside it stood Karen from the HOA, looking like she owned the stars. Karen looked me dead in the eye and said, with zero shame, "Your charger wasn't being used overnight. I figured I'd save a few bucks." That moment rewired my understanding of entitlement. Karen wasn't new to trouble. From the moment she became HOA treasurer, she fined neighbors for mailboxes, kids' bikes, even grass that was too green. But this time she crossed into theft. I didn't argue that night. Instead, I recorded the logs. Hours of charging drained nearly 3/4 of her battery, all from my system. And the camera showed it wasn't her first time. The next morning, I went to her door, printed evidence in hand. I asked her to stop and pay back what she had stolen. She smirked and said, "Oh, please, you really think I'm paying you for sunlight?" Then slammed the door in my face.
I built a decoy port, rigged safe but unstable. If she tried again, it would spark. Not dangerous, but unforgettable. Sure enough, one night the console flashed red again. I watched her plug into the trap. Within seconds, sparks shot out like fireworks. The next morning, she arrived at my door with board members accusing me of sabotage. But I had the evidence. Soon the footage spread. The neighborhood laughed. Online, she became infamous, Tesla Karen. At the HOA meeting, I presented my evidence. One by one, the board turned against her. She was suspended on the spot. Days later, my backyard camera caught her in black clothes, trying to pry open my solar grid's brain. This wasn't entitlement anymore. It was criminal. I called the sheriff. The next day, patrol cars parked at her home. She argued in slippers and teacup in hand, but the law had seen enough. She called the news. But when the cameras came, the evidence turned the story against her. The whole city saw who she really was. At the next meeting, the community voted 34-2. Karen was out. The reign of entitlement had ended.